A lot of information. Can you hear me okay? Yep. All right, cool.
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, so I didn't have a lot of time. First of all, I'm fairly new, so I'd like to introduce my team to everybody. And starting with our logistics and building services. So there's something that just popped up here. So we renamed the shipping and receiving, or the dock, as logistics center. And we're in the process of hiring a new logistic coordinator. So bear with us. We down to our three top contestants today for the job. We're hoping that by next week we'll have a final decision. And after that, if the person selected needs to give 2 weeks notice, that's what it'll take. So within 3 weeks, we'll have a full-time person in the logistics center to handle your mail and the packages as well. The current person there, for the one who have been at UCLA for a while, we have a gentleman named Anthony Singleton. Anthony is just helping us right now. He actually was successful in getting the lab mech position in the machine shop. So Anthony, full-time job will be in the machine shop, but he's been helping for now until we get the new coordinator in place. On the facility service, we have two gentlemen that work with us, and I want to mention it because Wes mentioned that if you need something done in one of the room, the org room, let's say you have a cabinet that's over 5 feet tall and you need to secure that to the wall, you can go into building service website and then do an MSR, stand for material safety service request. And then our two gentlemen that work facilities will come and help you with that as well. So Dan and Vince are the two gentlemen from facility service. Our group also covers the machine shop. I know it's not part of the topic today. I just want to mention it. Again, we have reopened the machine shop last December, and we're going to make a lot of enhancement this coming fall. So I'll talk about this a bit later. The name Marlon William was also mentioned earlier for the keys. So Marlon is part of our team. Just let everybody know, he just moved his office from the old BH 2685 to the third floor at 3713. So 3713 is his new office. So if you need any keys and you're on site, just knock on his office. Again, BH 3713. That's Marlon. Okay. And then for myself, I'm fairly new with UCLA, just got the job last November, but it's been great so far. So glad to be here and glad to help the organization. We did a lot of work with the Bruin racing teams. That was a lot of fun. Looking forward to keep doing this. As far as the mail, so a couple of things changed. We had a gentleman that just retired after 38 years. His name's Ron, and Ron is not going to be replaced. So what we've done in the past, basically Ron would get the mail from the mail and documents services, and then he would just spend all day just going to different places. And for the org, he would go to room 5800 and then sort the mail for you guys there. Now, Ron is not going to be replaced. So the new process is that your mail, and I just got confirmation today from the dean's office and spoke with Dean Wessel yesterday, the mail will now be in the logistics center for all the orgs. So there's about 45 orgs. If you're not familiar with the logistics center, again, it was called shipping and receiving. It's in E4, in the alley between Bolter Hall, E4, across from E5, right on the corner there. And the new process is for the org, and I may have to send an email about this once it's fully finalized, you will get a new zip code. So the address for, and that's what we'll send in the email, your new address will be 420 Westwood Plaza. It will not be Bolter Hall. By the way, Bolter Hall is not an address. It's not recognized by the post office. But the address for the org will be 420 Westwood Plaza, room 14-108. And your zip code, just came out today, will be 90095-1591. So it's critical that the last 4 number appear on all the mail that you're receiving, because it's sorted by a computer, and the computer just reads, it's looking for that zip code. If the zip code is correct, then it goes in the right box. And the zip code is not correct, then that picture needs to go to a person that has to look for you. And what I found the last few months is a lot of students do not have a complete set of information in the directory. So some of you may have, for example, two names because you have two email address. There is no department. There's no phone number, which I understand that a lot of people do not want to share their phone number. But please make sure there's at least a department, maybe a room number, and definitely an email address so we can reach you in case we find something that has your name and no the incorrect address. Again, wait for the email. Should come out either tomorrow or already next week. Because we just have to get it processed through the mail and document people. But that'll be the new zip code for the org chart. There'll be a box with 45 slots in there. And the new mail coordinator will just put the mail in the respective area. So that's for the mail. Also, a lot of folks are ordering packages through Amazon. With Amazon, it's either coming from the USPS, FedEx, DHL, or sometime a Prime driver. So again, if you use Amazon, it's coming from the USPS, you'll have to make sure that the address is correct, your name is there, and it's ideal if you have, again, a department or a phone number where we can actually reach you and call you. So that's for the mail process. If you are expecting mail for your department, let's say, even though you're part of a club, but you also work for, let's say, bioengineering, we met with the MSOs, and each department now has a drop mail. So if you're in bio, it is now being dropped. I'm looking at my note here. So the mail for bio in the zip code is 900951599. That goes to room 5121 in E5. So each department, again, has a drop with a specific zip code and specific area. So I think that covers the mail.
Anthony, I had a quick question.
Yep.
There's a handful of organizations that actually are not a part of a specific department, but rather the tool. And so what would they need to put on their shipping or mailing or address?
So that'll be that one zip code I just introduced. It's actually a new mail code 159110106. And so we will send out a flyer to everybody with the address if you want your mail delivered for the org only in the logistics center. All right, so you have two options. If you expecting mail for, again, you're in bio, this is where the mail will go. And if it's for your org, then you can send it to the logistics center, and that's where we'll sort the mail for you guys there. We will hold the mail, we will not deliver the mail, by the way. Just want to make that clear. As far as packages, so we started a new app, it's called Q-Track. And once the new person starts, every package will be scanned on arrival. Then within 2 hours, every package, we will send a notification to the consignee. So again, it is vital, critical that you double check your name and your email address, your department in the directory. If it's addressed to an org, again, just make sure you put your room number there, and Q-Track will look for the name of the person on the package. If there's no name, we'll look for, maybe it'd be, Formula Racing, or a department, and then you'll get a notification with a picture of the label. So you can say, yep, this is for me, or this is for somebody else in my team, and just forward the email to them. Just one thing that some of the MSOs have done, and for the org, you guys may want to consider doing this as well. So for example, in bio, we have some email created by the labs. So for example, Professor DiCarlo's lab has a generic email address, and every package for the DiCarlo lab goes to this generic email address. So for example, Bruin Racing, you guys may want to have a generic address. So every package that comes from Bruin Racing will send the notification to this specific email address, and then you guys can sort out who's going to come pick it up or what to do with it. Once the package, once you've been notified, you can come show up, pick up your package. We will ask that you bring a Bruins card. We will not ask you to sign on the iPad or phone. So that's to prevent, the flu, COVID, and other disease. We will just take a picture of your Bruins card, and that'll be on file. So what happened a few times, professor will come in and she's like, hey, I'm looking for a package being picked up by a student. But as of today, we really can't say exactly who picked it up. So this app will take care of that. So that's the delivery process. One thing I do want to mention, and I'm not sure if it applies to the org so much, but we do also have a freezer and a fridge. So if you order a package, it needs to be put in the freezer on arrival. Please make sure the shipper puts a note on the package so that our staff can put the package in the freezer. Sadly, I think we've lost a couple of packages over the last few weeks where there was no notification and it just stayed on the shelf. You're also welcome to visit the logistics center. We've made quite a few changes. I did some new shelves. Each department has a dedicated area. We also have dollies and a bunch of equipment. So if you need to carry anything heavy, we're here to help and provide you the equipment. We'll do the forklift. A large bulky item is next. So there was a request from some of the org. And I think last year we had the civil engineering had a competition building a house, and a bunch of wood was delivered. So we now have some storage space, not a lot, but if you have a large bulky item that need to be delivered for a specific project, we can probably save it for you indoor for a couple of weeks. Once you are ready to make the delivery, just let me know, or one of my team member, and then we'll store whatever it is you've ordered. And then when you need it, same thing, give us maybe the day before, say, hey, we'll need to pull the wood out, so we're going to start on project. If it's car parts for the Bruin Racing, same thing. We're definitely going to have a little bit of space, not much, and it's not forever, by the way. I just want to make sure that's clear. That was bulky item. One thing that just came up yesterday, so this is really new, but I just want to bring it up. Amazon has offered to put a locker in engineering, School of Engineering. We're looking at a location on the ground floor, E5 building, right across from the logistics center. This is really new, so it's probably going to take a few weeks to actually happen, but I think it was pretty welcome. A lot of people order on Amazon, and because the logistics center closed at 4 p.m., and I know a lot of clubs stay late or work on weekend, you'll now be able to get your Amazon package once the locker is installed. Not sure how it works yet. I'm sure they'll send you a notification, give you access to your locker. You'll get your package. So again, very critical that your phone number or email address, that something is on file in the directory so that we can help find you in case we need to. What else? I think that's about it for the mail and parcel delivery. One quick note, somebody mentioned about leaving some tables outside on the patio. I think what we'll do an inventory of what's supposed to be in the room. And if there's something that needs to be removed, then I'm sure there's a process where you can either remove, replace, but we can help you with that as well. Once it's decided that we need to remove it, we'll take care of it. All right. I know it's the end of the presentation. Try to be a little quick here. Any question?